Dun, dun, dun. Hello, beautiful people. It's me, Rhonda Carpenter Briscoe, your favorite spiritual life coach. I forgot my notes. I just realized I put my notes down and it's not here with me. Hold on. My goodness. It's day 10. Do, 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 do. It's day 10 of The Magic and the Crystals, our 28-day journey. I left the books. Oh, I'm having a day already today. It's one of those Mercury retrograde kind of days, right? Where you forget things and don't remember who you are and have issues with computers and traveling, and communication is kind of you eventually make it there, but there's all these like trips and skips. So I won't have the books today because I'm not going to leave again. But this is The Magic and the Crystals, The Magic by Rhonda Byrne and her 28-day journey through gratitude and the crystals with me, Robin Vi Carpenter Briscoe, your favorite spiritual life coach and author of Let's Get Stoned, Using Stones and Crystals to Create a Life That Rocks. Yes, yes, yes. How are you doing today? I am having a Mercury retrograde morning, and yet I am grateful and very grateful that I got to get up this morning and I got to spend time with you. So, how's it been going? If this is your first time watching one of our videos, then I'm going to invite you to watch all the rest of them. Don't go anywhere, but you might have to catch up a little about what we're talking about. I'm just grateful you're here, even if it's the first time you've gotten here. So we are talking about Rhonda Byrne's book, The Magic, and it is a 28-day experience. We are on day 10. And here is today's first quote. Be kind, because everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. And that was Philo of Alexandria. Now, I want you to let that sink in for a second. Be kind, because everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. Someone could have said that yesterday, right? And you would have been like, yeah, exactly. I'm saying it this morning, and you ought to be saying, yeah, exactly. Everyone you meet has their own battle they're fighting. So be kind. It was said in somewhere at the very beginning of the first century. So we are now in the 21st century, 2,100 years later, excuse me, and that statement is still 100% true. So there is never a time in history that kindness wasn't always a good way to go. Here's our second quote. Life has many lessons to teach, and sometimes not the easiest lessons to learn. By taking time out each day to express gratitude for what we've experienced, we open ourselves up to continue to receive wonderful blessings. Me. Yep, I said it. And it's true. The more gratitude you have, the more things you will receive to feel grateful for. Yes? It's true. It's true. There's always something to be grateful for. There's always something to be grateful for. Always. Okay. So here's your scenario. It's you got to go to the grocery store, right? And maybe you don't go out a lot right now because COVID, right? So maybe you don't go out a lot, or maybe you didn't really go out a lot that much anyway. when I first moved to my house, my wife, I call her my husband, she would say, "Have you been out of the house today?" Like, because she knew that I would be home and working in my office, and we have food in our house. And I didn't really need to go anywhere to do anything to see anybody because I was doing stuff. And I work with clients, like this online most of the time. So I didn't really have any reason to leave the house for days at a time. So she would just be like, sending me some text. "Did you leave the house today?" No. Also, I get text messages like, "Did you eat?" Which sometimes is also something that needs to be asked because I forget. I digress. There you are. You've left the house and you're in the grocery store. I'm going to do this like the grocery store because that's kind of the place that's a universal truth for people. Even if you order your groceries online and have them delivered, for some reason, you've forgotten like one thing, right? And so you're just trying to get in and get out. And anybody that is in your path from your car to say, I don't know, what's the universal, everything has to get it? Toilet paper. Toilet paper. You got the message that they got the toilet paper back in at the grocery store because they were sold out when you ordered your groceries online. And so now you have to go to the store to get toilet paper. This is so hilarious in my mind. So there you are. You're at the store. You're going to get your toilet paper. You're on a mission. All you're doing is getting the toilet paper, getting out, getting back in your car, getting home, right? So everybody that's grocery shopping, you're just getting around, doing a thing, right? You get your toilet paper. You're in line, properly socially distanced. You're thinking about all the things. Why aren't they pulling their mask up? Why are they blah, blah? All the things are on your mind, right? It's your turn. You get up there and you give them the toilet paper to ring you up, and you're ready and you pay. You're paying with a card, so you don't actually have to hand them any money. They slid the thing along the thing and put it at the end, so they don't actually have to hand you a bag. You slide your card in, you pay however you're paying, with a pin or without a pin. You take the thing. I don't need a receipt. You pick up your toilet paper and you leave. What did the cashier look? What did the cashier look like? How many times have you done this? And we're not talking about masks, okay? I'm not talking about, oh, I couldn't see their face because they had that mask on. I'm going to say, okay, what did the cashier look like? If they were wearing a mask, what did it look like? What color was it? Did they have long hair or short hair? Was it a woman or a man? Black, brown, white, purple, green person? What color was their hair? Did you look them in the eyes and say thank you? Because you probably picked up the stuff and said thank you. Like, people do it all the time, right? We do it without looking at the person. We go, thank you, and you're on your way. Or you get a phone call. That's why they tell you don't be on the phone in the line, which is like super tacky, right? Don't be on the phone in the line. Pay attention, stay present, right? And who is there? And guess what? You trying to get in and get out. It's the grocery store. I hate the grocery store. You do everything not to go to the grocery store. That person works at the grocery store. The reason you were able to get in and get out quickly was because they were good at their job and they were efficient and they did it. Chances are they were smiling under that mask. And how can I help you? And oh, this is how much it costs, and blah, blah. So the very least that you could do is look up, look them in the eye, and say thank you. Super, super easy, right? So maybe you haven't gone out in a while, and maybe you can't do this, the today's activity, right? Which is to make sure that wherever you go, you say thank you to everyone that has anything to do with anything that's helped you in any way, shape, or form. So I love that there is an alternate uh, option for this activity, which is to write the list. Write a list of the last 10 people that have helped you and done something for you, and say thank you that way. If somebody did something for you and you haven't thanked them, send a text or an email or a messenger DM or something that says, thank you so much for the thing that you did the other day. It really helped me this way. I really appreciate it. It's so easy. It's such an easy thing to do. But without looking someone in the eye, back in our scenario at the grocery store, right? You walked away, you said thank you, and you kept going. Did you check to see if they heard you? Do you know if they heard you? Do you think that they really thought you were grateful? Because you kind of threw that thank you away. It was like, thank you. Because I was raised to say thank you, right? I wasn't necessarily raised to feel gratitude. I was raised to say thank you. Because you can't just train someone to say thank you. You can't just train yourself to say thank you. You have to understand why you're saying it, because you actually have to feel grateful. That's how that works. You actually have to feel grateful. So saying thank you to anyone that is doing anything for you is a way to continue to have that experience, isn't it? Because you need to feel grateful for what you're already experiencing, or people are going to stop doing stuff for you because you're ungrateful. At that point, generally, when you don't say thank you to people, it's mostly your family that will keep doing things for you, or someone that truly loves you. And even then, it won't be the same way it was when they were like expressing love in a way. And just maybe it would be nice if maybe once in a while you said thank you for something. Okay, today's stone. Today's stone is chalcedony. And some of you may know it pronounced a different way, chalcedony. This is actually a necklace. It's like got a hole in it, except I can't find a clasp to wear it. It's very this because it's the perfect fifth chakra stone, right? If we are supposed to be saying thank you, we need to be using our fifth chakra and opening that right up and speaking words of gratitude. And this is like the perfect stone to wear at my fifth chakra. And I cannot wear it because I can't find a chain. But anyway, chalcedony's properties: peaceful resolution, helps relieve hostility and irritability, promotes feelings of kindness and compassion. So I thought this was a great stone to use for this practice, because if this is all about speaking thank yous, right? Speaking our thank yous and saying thank you in ways that is meaningful for the person that you are showing the gratitude for, then a throat chakra stone, fifth chakra stone is perfect for that. Also, it's important to note that if we are looking to calm irritability and dispel hostility and promote kindness, then a stone like chalcedony for saying thank you would be ideal. So now, maybe you don't have one that's got a hole in it like I do that you can put on a chain, which clearly I can't put on a chain yet. So it's still not working the way I want it to. However, I do carry it with me. I will, I am known for putting stones in my bra. I'm not going to pretend that that's not true. I sometimes I'll just carry it, or put it in my pocket. It's one of those pocket stones. Every time you find it in your pocket, it's a great gratitude stone for your pocket, right? But when it's this color, when it's this stone, it's not just general thank you. It's thank you to someone, for something. So it's to remind you, did you look that person in the eye at the drive-through and say thank you? All of these people that do all of these things for us all day long, and often do it with no thanks, or people do it without people seeing them do it. I love this idea of, if you go into an office and that there are people who are there cleaning at night, sit at your desk, and the first thing that you do is say thank you for the person that made sure that your office was clean and your garbage was emptied and that your desk is clean and you can tell it's been sanitized, and all the things that people have to do to make sure that you are in a safe environment and it's clean and you are ready to start your day. The person that handed you your coffee in the drive-through on your way through, or if you're, like I was in New York, it was at the guy in the truck that I used to go to that recognized me and had my coffee and donut. Oh man, coffee and a donut. Ready. And for me, by the time I got to the front of the line, these are people that you need to say thank you. They see you. You need to see them. So Chalcedony comes in several colors. This is clearly blue. It is a really great stone to get a hold of. Yes. This is a practice. I love the idea of magic dust. That's what this is called. It's called a magic dust everywhere, because the idea is that every time that we're saying thank you to someone, toward someone, there's like this dust or energy dust, this magic dust that is sprinkled between you, like it's like whoo, and you can almost see it where it's like thank you, and this glittery dust of love and gratitude goes sparkling through towards someone else. It is also an extraordinarily scary thought if you're thinking about COVID and wearing a mask and all the things. It's the opposite of what we're saying we want. However, because we are really talking about looking right at someone, right? So the reason that it really works is because the thank you's coming from your eyes. It's not actually, the words may be coming from your mouth, but if you are writing it and on a list and you're not actually even looking at the person, then think of the thing that happened. Think of the person that did it for you and think of them. Bring their face to mind. Like, go. And if you know their name, think of their name and then say thank you. One more story, because it's one of my favorite stories I've ever heard ever. This woman is walking down, it's the Upper East Side of New York, and this woman is walking on the street, and there's a man in this coming toward her. Everybody looks beautiful. They're all looking, very Upper East Side, lovely. And he's walking toward her and she's walking toward him. She looks up, she recognizes him. She can't place his name, but she knows him. So, of course, if she sees him, she's got to greet him. So she's like, hello. Oh, and double kisses. And it's so good to see you. And how's your family? And how's everything going for you? Oh, thank you so much. Oh, everything is wonderful. I hope you were well. Right? Time passes. They cross. He goes his way. She goes her way. It doesn't occur to her until 5 or 6 blocks later. That's her doorman. She's not used to seeing him out of his uniform, right? So she sees him as a person almost for the first time, because now she's not standing in front of her. He's not standing in front of her building holding the door open for her. You know, she recognizes him as her doorman when he's wearing all of the regalia, right? But otherwise, she just sees his face and sees him, and he looks like somebody she should know. And so what's she doing? She's saying hello and greeting him and looking at him as a person. So this is what we need to be doing with people all the time. There are always people doing things for you, and it is our responsibility to be grateful for the fact that they are. There are blessings everywhere, and it is a wonderful thing. And the best part about this practice is that when you do it, you feel amazing. And the people that you do it, you thank, also receive that experience. They may not feel like, oh, thank you. So, like they may not stop and do it, but I promise you, they feel it. Because they also feel it when people aren't grateful, when people don't say anything, when people walk by and pretend they don't exist, they grab their bags out of their hand, they, talk on the phone in line, they, don't pay attention at all in any way, shape, or form to the person that's actually doing something for them. They are, that they're a person. So sprinkle magic dust everywhere, my friends. Now, that is the end of all that I have to say for you today. I have 2 things to remind you. 1, make sure you read tomorrow's chapter tonight, because you are going to have to do it first thing in the morning when you wake up. And that'll be before you see me, and we will be able to talk about it. So, excuse me. So read that chapter. And then I want to remind you to subscribe. Have you subscribed yet? You may be catching this for the first time, and maybe you haven't subscribed to this channel, and you don't get the notifications when all the cool stuff that I post comes up. Now is a perfect time to hit that subscribe button and be ready for some more cool stuff tomorrow. I love you. I am grateful for you. Remember, my friends, you are illimitable. So go out and create a life that rocks. Woohoo! I'll see you tomorrow.